Heroin. Too good. Knew it'd get its claws in me if I did it a second time. What drug did you take once and thought nope, never again? Oh boy, my favorite viewer is back to watch another storytime with me. Welcome back, my bro. Make sure to not miss any more stories with your favorite narrator Andrew by liking the video and subscribing. If you do, I'll send you some edibles. Anyways, let's get into these stories. My dad gave me a Dilaudid he had left over from his hip surgery because I had a sore neck. I felt an almost overwhelming sense of euphoria. I knew I could never take another one. Meth. Did someone's thinking it was coke, spent 2 days strung out and horny as hell. Never again. The two thing I've taken from this thread is that salvia is the worst drug out there, and that realizing you want more of a drug is instantly the reason to never do it again. That fake weed stuff that was around a little while back. Thought I was going to die. So hot. My sister found me naked, passed out in the bathroom with my face against the bottom of the toilet. This really bothered me. I'm not a germaphobe but rather germ-aware. Topiramate, Topamax, a drug used to treat migraines and seizure disorders. I started developing a couple of the less common side effects, including facial numbness, tingling, visual disturbances, and most concerning to me, aphasia. The scariest thing about the aphasia is that it can be permanent. Sorry, but I'll deal with the headaches, which weren't even migraines, just a stress phase one was going through, and keep my words, thanks. For me it was coke. I'm a broke bitch, so after spending $80 for maybe an hour's worth of a high, I very quickly learned why it's called blow. You can blow through it and all your cash in a few days tops. Glad I got off that crap quick, Wolda ruined me. Xanax. Took a bar at a friend's house. All I remember was watching Game of Thrones at a friend's house, then next thing I know I met my apt, and it's a day later. Wasn't a bad experience for anything, it was just alright and felt like a waste of time. Plenty of better drugs out there. OxyContin, crap, was too relaxing and didn't last long. I had knee surgery and they gave it to me for the pain. I took it for a week and when I wasn't on it I really wanted more. After a week of it I never wanted to touch that crap again. My girlfriend was having trouble sleeping and her doctor gave her a prescription for Ambien. First couple of nights, no problem. Then I wake up one night and find her in the kitchen, all the burners on the stove turned on full. Semi-lucid, she said she wanted to make soup. I managed to get her back into bed. 2 nights after that, I wake up to find her out in the garage, in the car, engine running, wearing just a pair of knickers. Said she needed to go to Albertsons because we didn't have peanut butter. She quit taking Ambien after that. For me? Meth. I did it once under the presumption that it was cocaine. It was not. I had to go to the hospital. I mean, I probably didn't have to. But at the time, I had only smoked weed. I didn't know how to deal with the increased heart rate and paranoia. For my friend, diphenhydramine aka Benadryl. He is a really hardcore tripper and can handle inhuman amounts of psychedelic substances. But he said that the one drug he would never do again was Benadryl. He said that his experience had lots of spiders. There is a disturbing lack of mephedrine in this thread. Or maybe I'm the only idiot who got strung out on it. For the uninformed, mephedrine is better known as bath salts, good luck powder, etc. The people mentioning meth imagine that multiplied by about 1,000. I've used every drug imaginable intravenously, and good luck powder definitely takes the cake. Immediately after injection, it felt like there was a beehive in my brain. It was so loud I had to pull my car over and put my hands over my ears. The teeth clenching was so tight I cracked multiple teeth over a 6-month binge. I didn't eat anyone's face, but my hallucinations were definitely out of control after a few days with no sleep. Celebrated 8 years clean March 10th, duck mephedrine. Benadryl. Took around 700 to 800 milligrams like 25 or 30 pills a while ago to trip. Not a good recreational drug. It's like how people who don't do drugs imagine acid to be like. I'd actually vividly see things and people that weren't there. I'd see people come in the room I was in and sit next to me on the couch, and I'd start having a conversation with them, only to blink and have them disappear. I'd get up and start filling up a cup of water, and bam, it'd be back on the couch, never having gotten up. I don't remember most of the night, but my friends said I was just in a complete different world. They had some funny stories from it, though. Apparently at one point I pulled my pants down and just said ants in my pants. I did LSD twice a couple years ago. The first time was awesome and the second time was also awesome, but since then I just don't want to do it anymore. It's weird, but I just don't. Even though I had very positive experiences with it, I just don't want to do it again, ever again. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't really bother me. If you're wondering, I waited about 2 months or so to do my second trip. But dextromorphin is something I did one time and will never touch again. When I had an HS, I was a bit of a fiend, and I went to the Walmart to get cough syrup of the shelf, Delsum Orange. I did it with 3 other friends and it ducked all of us up. We couldn't walk right, like it felt as if our legs were lagging behind our brain by a couple seconds. Eventually I threw up like 4 times, don't remember if they did, but I did. The euphoria was weak AF, and the trip was really weird. DPT. People have referred to it as evil DMT, and that checks out. Imagine the psychedelic aspects of DMT, but it lasts for hours, and you feel like you're also on meth. Good duck and luck sitting still for more than a millisecond. The visuals move at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's really hard to get any semblance of reality. Basically, you feel like you're in a crank movie and it feels like it goes on forever. Not fun. Also did a PCP analog once and that was obviously terrible. Didn't do enough to totally flip out, I was mostly confused and disoriented, and nothing seemed real. I love ketamine, but this was different. Kinda similar to DPT, it was much more speedy than I would have preferred, and it left me feeling scared and hopeless. Easy for me to see how enough of that crap will make someone go totally bananas. Finally, meth. Did it once by accident. Someone told me it was MDMA, and that come down, good lord. Just thinking about it gives me flashbacks. I don't really do drugs other than weed anymore, and that's probably for the best. Let me preface by saying I was an idiot. I am very aware of this. Do not try this at home. It's not even the most dangerous drug nor hardest I ever tried. You can legally buy it if you're 18. I was 16 and stole it. Me and my friends stole a bunch of Dramamine, like 12 bottles. This was before they put them behind the counters. Well, our dumb asses all took at least 18 pills each and tripped balls. Scary monster-filled balls, it was awful. My friend got arrested, I almost did. I thought my car got stolen and called the police. Spoiler alert, it didn't. It was horrible, it was one of the worst nights of my life. It was Halloween, like 2010, and I walked 3 miles in the dark, dressed as Snooki from Jersey Shore. I was so high and scared I was seeing some weird crap and people. My friends and family kept appearing, it was the worst. When I finally made it home, the police got there because my dumbass called them, because like I said, I thought my car was stolen. I got lucky, they thought I had dented it and got scared. Instead of being high as a freaking kite. I got off with the cops, not with my dad. My dad and uncle had both done the whole Dramamine high thing in their youth, so I was grounded for a fat minute. Trazodone for sure. I was in the hospital to get my heart fixed up and was having a hard time falling asleep. To this day no one is sure exactly what happened, if I was given too much or just had a bad reaction or what. But I remember laying there and thinking something wasn't right. I got up and just kinda wandered around trying to find a nurse. I was freezing but pretty sweaty too and couldn't really see or hear so well. And you know that feeling when you bang your funny bone? My whole body felt like that. The weirdest part was I kept realizing, oh man, I'm in trouble, and would start to panic, but then a second later I'd sort of forget and feel so serene. I remember a nurse running towards me, but she looked like she in slow motion, like we were underwater kinda. And I knew I had something really important to tell her, but couldn't remember what it was. All I could think was how beautiful everything was, how the light was catching her hair, and her sneakers squeaking across the floor sounded like a symphony. I remember smiling at her and just kinda slumping against the wall, and then everything went dark. I woke up hooked up to a bunch of monitors with a lot of worried faces standing around. My blood pressure had dropped down to nothing, and if they hadn't found me when they did, I probably would have died. 6 out of 10 experience, it was very beautiful, but they made me chug so much yellow Gatorade, and to this day that stuff makes me gag. Edit. Glad sad to hear I'm not alone in whack experiences. W. Trazodone. That being said, I'm the furthest thing from a doctor and, as far as I understand, my outcome was pretty rare. I've met a lot of people who have benefited from Trazodone for sleep anxiety, and what happened to me was just sort of the perfect storm of drug sensitivity and underlying blood pressure issues. So talk to a doctor. Trazodone might be right for you, or kill you. Again, idk. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.